Hello and welcome to the channel. No consultation, no testing of the water. So far, 1 month after, no palliatives. But in one fell swoop, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu plunged millions of suffering Nigerians who had been struggling to survive into a deeper anguish. So out of tune are our leaders from reality that they really do not seem to consider the really poor people when they make these their decisions. But hey, Nigerians are survivors, no? Subscribe, like, share, comment. Thank you. Who voted for Tinubu to terminate fuel subsidy? While Nigerians are overburdened, suffering, and dying, Tinubu terminated fuel subsidy through a fiat. The fuel subsidy is gone. This reveals, I do not care about your sufferings, including your mental suffering, the sicknesses and deaths, including suicides. It also reveals condemnable contempt for the people who voted for him. Dictatorship, autocracy, totalitarianism, conceitedness, and obnoxious insensitivity. To demonstrate the illegality of his action, I note that his legitimacy as the President of Nigeria is being determined in the Court of Appeal, and that the legitimacy of a government is a function of its constitutionality and its fulfillment of for the people, which is part of the popular definition of democracy. The significance and necessities associated with "we the people" in the Constitution makes having the consent of the people absolutely necessary. Tinubu's failure and refusal to obtain the consent of Nigerians violates the Constitution. Mr. Obi and Chief Tinubu argued that fuel subsidy should be terminated because it benefits the rich and not the poor. We, the people who have been suffering terrible effects due to the politics of fuel subsidy since it was begun, recommended by Chief Philip Asiodu as the Minister for Petroleum and Mineral Resources, 1992 to 1993, disagree with their sophistry. As I argued then, petroleum should be refined in Nigeria, and fuel and kerosene should be provided at the cost that befits Nigerians for having petroleum in our land. This will provide Nigerians' welfare as the Constitution secured for Nigerians. The federal government will avoid all the expenditure, export some fuel without prejudice to local needs, and earn incomes that will be used to develop the iron, steel, and mineral production industries. This will strengthen the Naira and achieve industrial and economic growth and developments. We, the people who bear the donkey burden of excessive deprivations, costs, and hardships due to the politics of fuel subsidy and its extended effects, know that we are suffering and should not suffer. Certainly, Mr. Obi and Chief Tinubu can never suffer hardship or any form of deprivation because the subsidy on fuel is terminated, no matter how much fuel is sold and no matter the degree of effect the termination of fuel subsidy causes. The other people who will never suffer any effect due to the termination of fuel subsidy are the past presidents, the past and present governors, the past and present legislators, including Dogara, who expressed support for it recently, special staff of the president and governors, former and present ministers and commissioners, former and present local government chairmen, the people who got their wealth corruptly, top politicians, and the people whose cars or fleet of cars are fueled by the federal and state governments or their offices. Others are the staff of IMF, World Bank, WTO, the other UN organizations in Nigeria and their consultants. Finally, manufacturers, distributors, and big business people who transfer their costs to we the people as they use us to maximize their profits. These people defend the termination of fuel subsidy. Refining petroleum in Nigeria is the only logical, necessary, and nationalistic action. It must be done before the subsidy on fuel is terminated. No other action can take its place because no other action deals with the cost of fuel subsidy, that is, refining petroleum abroad and selling its refined forms at international market costs, providing palliatives and dealing with subsidy cabal, cannot provide better and permanent solution. Note: palliatives are necessary even with subsidy intact, and subsidy cabal should be dealt with while subsidy is intact. Note: fuel is essential and not substitutable. Subsidy termination generates chain effects which cover human life, health, medical costs, the cost of manufactured and retail goods, housing, education, banking, transportation, entertainment, and taxation. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. The termination of fuel subsidy is mindless, plagiarism, and criminal. No sophistry or devil's advocacy can make it right. Both Mr. Peter Obi and Chief Bola Tinubu are absolutely wrong about their devil's advocacy intended to persuade Nigerians to accept the mindlessness, plagiarism, and criminality as right, or accept their sophistry intended to justify the mindlessness, plagiarism, and criminality. I shall defend these assertions in this piece. Concerning the mindlessness, plagiarism, and criminality in respect of the termination of fuel subsidy, the most fundamental and overwhelming reason that makes it mindless, plagiarism, and criminal is that neither the idea that precipitated the termination nor the statistics that Mr. Peter Obi has been blaring so very loudly to Nigerians is his idea or his statistics. I will show in this piece that these belong to the IMF, and hence that Mr. Obi is guilty of mindlessness, plagiarism, and serious crime against Nigerians. The crime is based on the fact that experience shows that the execution of the terminations causes an unimaginable number of Nigerians extreme deprivation or lack of money and food, poverty, dehumanization, loss of essential values, diseases, death, and suicide. Not Mr. Obi and other Nigerians like him. He is guilty of civil wrong because his loyalty is to the IMF and not to Nigerians. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time.